I sell personalized digital products online and I love selling them because they just make more money than my other templates. But for a long time, every single order meant opening Canva, finding the right template, copy, pasting the customer's data into the template, replacing the text, you know the drill. Technically, it was a digital product, but it definitely was not passive. So I've built a system to automate the whole process. And in this video, I want to show you how I turned my custom orders into something that finally feels scalable again. But before we talk about automation, I think it helps to understand how I even got there. I'm Sabrina, and before starting my own business, I worked in software development for over 10 years. But I always knew that one day I want to build something for myself. So 2 years ago, I opened my first Etsy shop selling digital products. And why digital products? I mean, I had no risk. It's super simple to start, super fast to start on a marketplace like Etsy. I had not to think about inventory, shipping, returns, production costs, or any machines. I just had nothing to lose. So if it fails, then it fails. And then it would be okay. And 2 months later, I made my first sale. In the beginning, I just tried different types of digital products just to see what people like the most. And I realized that selling money gift templates for a very specific niche worked best for me. So I just made more of them. Some were instant downloads and some of them were customizable with a name. But there was a big downside. Personalized digital products are not passive. And although I had a 24 hours processing time on my listings, I felt immediately pressure to fulfill the order as quickly as possible. I mean, I wanted to exceed expectations. I wanted happy customers. I wanted 5-star ratings saying, wow, this was super fast. I'm a really big perfectionist and I could not handle the feeling that someone's not satisfied with my service. So no matter what I was doing, if a new sale came in, I opened my laptop and started customizing the file. I even edited templates on my phone if I was not at home. This was super annoying with slow internet and it took 10 times longer than on my laptop. And at the point where I brought my laptop on vacation, I had to admit to myself that this is no passive income and this is really not what I wanted. But because of my background in software development, I have this instinct. If I repeat the same manual process more than a handful of times, I start thinking about automation. So I knew that the only thing that changed was the data, but the process behind was always the same. So I built a system that handled it for me instead of doing it manually. Now, when a new order comes in, and it doesn't matter if it's from Etsy, Shopify, or another platform, the personalization data gets extracted from the order, and with this data, the new file gets generated dynamically. And if the system allows it, the file is delivered and the order is marked as fulfilled without me touching anything. So at a high level, the process is actually pretty simple. A new order triggers the workflow, and then we pull all the information we need. In my case, that's the personalization from the customer, so the name John, and also the design they bought, which can be identified by the SKU. And using those details, the name John and template A, the system generates the file by adding the name to the right template. And depending on the platform, the finished file is either saved to the cloud, for example Google Drive, so that you can grab it and attach it to the order yourself. This is unfortunately the way it works for Etsy, because Etsy doesn't allow files to be uploaded automatically. Or the file is attached to the order directly, which fulfills it instantly. That's how I do it with Shopify. And that's the point where digital products behave like the business model I originally wanted. It happens within seconds, and it works when I'm at home, when I'm out with my son, or even if I'm completely offline. And that's exactly why I'm starting this channel. I love sharing what I've learned about combining creativity with technical systems that help you scale your business, especially once you start growing. I guess many people don't even realize that this kind of automation is possible, or they're not sure if it's worth setting up. But I know that a lot of sellers offer personalized products like I do, and I'm pretty sure they are still doing everything manually. But there's room for improvement. And by the way, most of the systems I use are built with low-code automation tools, so everyone can set it up, even without development skills. So if you want to build a creative system that does not depend on you, then you're in the right place. I love talking about how I build my systems, how I build up my shops, and why I prefer Shopify over Etsy a lot. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.